Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited to be here today because this is my first ever YouTube video. Today I'm going to be creating my everyday fall makeup look. This can either be worn as like a full glam look for like night events, going out with the girls, things like that, or it just can be worn as an everyday makeup look like I wear it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be posting regularly, and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you want to see how I achieve my fall makeup look, then just keep watching. So first I'm just going to be moisturizing my face with this First Aid Beauty with the moisturizer. So I'm just going to use one pump of that, and I'm just going to massage it into my skin. So then I'm going to be taking the Hangover Rx primer, and I'm just going to be taking one pump of that. Just going to let that settle into my skin, and then I'm going to be moving on with foundation. So for foundation today, I am going to be using the L'Oreal True Match foundation. And I'm going to be using it in the shade Soft Ivory. And I'm also going to be mixing that with the L.A Girl HD Pro Coverage Foundation. And that is in the shade Fair. Just going to give those a good mix. And then I am just going all over my face. I do have really texturized skin and acne. And then I take my damp beauty blender and I am just going to blend that out. Okay, so now that that's all blended out on my face, I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And that's in the shade Vanilla. And I'm just going to apply that under my eyes. I don't like to use a lot of concealer under my eyes, just enough to cover up my dark circles. I find that I can build it up if I need to, but I just start with a small amount. And I'm also going to put it on any problem areas, pimples that are acne spots that are showing up and that I can see on my skin. So I just have a few. And then I'm also going to blend that out with the pointed side of my damp beauty blender. Then I am going to take this Duo little palette, face palette that I have from NARS, and this is in Olympia, and it actually just has like a contour and a highlight shade on it. I'm going to set my eyes with this. So just with a bigger brush, I'm just going to go under my eyes and dip into the lightest shade in the NARS palette and just set underneath my eyes just so that it doesn't budge during the day, and it actually, this one really prevents creasing for me. So I'm just going to go all over the eyes with that. Set everything down. Then I'm going to be grabbing my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. And with this EcoTools face brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of that and tap it off. And I'm just going to carve out my cheekbones a little bit, but not too precise. I'm just bronzing on my face a little bit. Dip it again to the other side. I always make sure I tap off because, again, I do have really fair skin. I am then going to do my eyebrows. And I am going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I'm going to be using this in the shade medium brown. I'm just going to go off camera and do my eyebrows just because it's really hard for me to concentrate on camera while doing my eyebrows, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my eyebrows on, I am going to jump right into the eye look. I have a lot of warm tone palettes that I could have done this look with, but one of my favorites that I've been in every single day since I got it lately is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. And I'm going to be doing my whole eye look based on the shadows in this palette. I'm going to be going in with the shade, what shade is this? Silk Cream. Yep. This shade right here, the third one in the top row. And with a big fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to be going in with that. I'm just going to be putting that, don't mind my eyebrows, they need to be done. I'm just going to be putting that in the crease, high up in the crease, because this will be the lightest color that I'm using. And I'm just going to blend that into my crease. Doesn't need to be very precise, just to define the crease a little bit, give it a little bit of color. This shade right here, and that's the shade Pukey. And I'm just gonna dab my brush into that, and more precisely in the crease, a little bit lower too. I personally like keeping all the darker colors lower and the lighter ones a little bit higher, just to give the eyes more dimension. And so I'm going to put Pukey more in the crease, starting again with the outside and just bringing it in. I'm not going to put too much of this color, just enough to give the eyes a nice shape and deepen up the crease a little bit. This shade in the palette right here, this one, and that's the shade Roxanne. So that's the shade Roxanne, and I'm going to dab my brush into it, and I'm just going to be applying this in the outer V. I'm going to go in with the shade right here in the palette. And that's the shade Hunts. And on a smaller blending brush, I'm just going to dip my brush in, and I'm just going to deepen up this. I'm just going to deepen up this outer V. A small fluffy crease brush or any small brush that you have. I'm just going to go in with this really deep maroon like color, it's like a reddy brown color called Jax, and ever so slightly dip into that on the tip of the brush and just on the lower lashes, just put that on there. Doesn't need to be very precise, but just not really high up. And just blend it in with the previous color. And then do the same thing on the other eye, close to the lower or the upper lash line, and then the first brush we ever use, the biggest fluffy brush, we're going to take that same first shade Silk Cream and just dab that off and just seamlessly diffuse all the colors together, just so that there's no harsh lines or anything. We're just going to carve out the crease so that we can put our next colors, just so that they're really vibrant. So what I like to do is just with a little bit of concealer, I start, and then you blink up and it'll leave kind of a trace mark, see up there, of where you want to apply the shadows. It's just a simple cut crease, it's nothing too fancy, just so that the colors come up really pigmented. So there on one eye. And then on kind of like a flat brush, I'm just going to take the color Creamsicle in the palette. Going to get a lot of that on my brush. And I'm actually going to apply that color on the inner half of my eyelid. Just like that, and the same thing on the other side, just pack the shadow on the brush. And then on like a shader brush, I'm gonna go in with this color, this duochrome color, and that's called Firework, and I am just gonna apply it in the center of my lids. So I'm gonna pick up a lot of that on my brush, and I'm just gonna spray it with some setting spray. And then I'm just gonna pack it on the center of my lid. Okay, so then with the first brush that we used, which was the big fluffy blending brush, the first brush that we ever used to put in that first crease shade, I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to blend it all out with no extra color on it, just to make sure that it's all blended seamlessly, especially with the really intense glittery lid shade color. So I'm just going to go back in with some of that yellow shade right here, Creamsicle, and on that same brush, I'm just going to add that color back into the crease just so that it's as pigmented as it was before. So then with this Maybelline Master Precise black eyeliner, I'm just going to go off camera and I'm going to line just really close to my top eyelash line just to put on some false lashes. I'm just going to do that off camera, and then I am going to put some lashes on and I will be back. Okay, so I applied some eyeliner to my top lash line, and then I applied also some false eyelashes, and these are the Velour eyelashes in Fluff'N Dolled Up. So I'm gonna finish by putting some eyeshadow on my lower lash line, some mascara, and I'm gonna do my lips. So I'm just gonna do my lower lash line the same way that I did my eyeshadow on top. Along my lower lash line on just a pencil brush, I smudged out Silk Cream and Pukey all underneath my eyes, and then on the end I just on the very outer corner of my eye, I put a little bit of Hunts just on the ends, and then I just applied Paradise Mascara just on my lower lashes. Just going to add some liquid lipstick. I'm still just trying to decide whether I should use the ColourPop Satin Lip in November, or if I'm going to go in with the Stila liquid lipstick in Patina, and I just dropped it on the floor. So I think I'm going to go in with the color November. I just think it would look really pretty with the eyes, and I will be right back. So that is the liquid lipstick color. And just to finish off this look, I'm going to be applying the Stila highlighter, it's the putty highlighter, in the shade Kitten just on my cheekbones. And I find what works best with this highlighter is if you get a dense brush and you swirl it around and then you just apply it. It works a lot better and comes up way more pigmented when you do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So that completes my first ever YouTube video. I hope that you guys really like this fall. I mean, it could be an everyday look, but it could also be really glam. It depends on how much time you have in the morning. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be posting really regularly, so don't forget to tune into my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and just again, subscribe and like this video if you get a chance. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.